Remember that time we made a video about beating up some hookers? Well, this time we're gonna do some testing that's a little more scientific. Episode 4 of Engine Masters was a riot. We took this header and bolted it to that engine and bashed it, and bashed it, and bashed it. Okay. To find out how far we'd have to go to lose power. And the answer is about that much. And it hardly lost anything. But a lot of people made comments. We read all the comments on our videos, and here's what we saw the most of. 1, some people drew the conclusion that our test meant that exhaust restriction doesn't really matter. That's not true. We also saw people claim that header testing is irrelevant unless you have a muffler or exhaust system on it. That's debatable, but to keep you happy, we've got mufflers this time. But what we're really gonna test is the third claim, where people said the reason we didn't see a power loss on those 1 3/4 inch headers when we smashed them with a hammer is because the header tube diameter was too big for this engine to begin with. Well, that's what we're gonna find out today. We're gonna take 3 sets of Hooker Super Competition headers, 1 5/8, 1 3/4, and 1 7/8, and we're gonna run them all on this familiar engine. You've seen it on a bunch of episodes. It is a Blueprint Engines crate motor, a 400 cubic inch small block Chevrolet with a brand new Blueprint block. From here down, it's a crate motor that you can buy, and it makes 500 horsepower. We installed a tunnel ram and 2 750 Hollies, and it makes closer to 550, but we're gonna find out right now what it does when you probably choke it down with a small 1 5/8 inch header and a complete exhaust system. It's the AMSOIL moment. We've been running the Z-Rod oil in this engine every single time we use it for an episode of Engine Masters, and what's hilarious is that I was talking in an earlier episode about the additive package in this that prevents corrosion inside the engine, and one of the audience members made a comment that said, what do you know? Motor oil prevents rust. And I was thinking about it, like, you know what? That's hilarious. So I called the guys at AMSOIL. I'm like, why are you telling me there's something special about this that it won't let the engine rust? And what they said is that a base stock of oil actually has acids in it that can cause corrosion, and that every oil has some anti-rust additives in it. It's just that the Z-Rod is packaged so that if you have an engine that sits for a long time, let's say like your hot rod sitting over winter, it will prevent that corrosion inside just a little bit more than a regular oil. But that's not why we chose it for this motor. We have this AMSOIL Synthetic 1030 because it makes power. Man, not very impressive on the pour today. We have our 400 on the dyno, and this is gonna be our baseline in what we presume will be the lowest power level, which is 1 5/8 inch Hooker Super Comps. And we do have mufflers on it this time through 3-inch exhaust, right?
Yeah, 3-inch exhaust with Hooker mufflers, a fairly long extension pipe. It's really fun because it's really quiet.
I know. Fire it up. Let's look at what we just did with the 1 5/8 inch header. We made 519.7 pound-feet of torque at roughly 4,600, and we made 529.7 horsepower. And we ran the thing all the way up to 6,500, which is past the power peak, because we're gonna look for the bigger headers to maybe add a little bit more power in there.
I think bigger will be better. That's my bet.
Yeah, I think the bigger tubes are gonna help carry, but that's why we're here. That's why we're doing it.
Ready to put those on?
Let's go do it.
So that was our baseline with the smallest header on the table, which is a 1 5/8. Now we need to find out if in fact the audience was right, that this 1 3/4 inch tube was too big for our engine. And then we're gonna go a step further and find out if it makes more or less power with a 1 7/8 inch tube. Now let's get into just the general basics on header design. First of all, there is tube length. People know that a longer tube tends to make more torque and a shorter tube tends to make more horsepower. The fact is, when you're dealing with a production header for a production car on the street, you kind of got to pick from what's available. These are all for a 67 to 69 Camaro or a 68 to 72 Nova. They're all from hooker headers, so they're all a very similar design, but not identical. The main difference is the tube size. So look at this. This is 1 7/8. Now I move over here to the 1 3/4, and you can see that is not much of a difference at all. And then over here on the 1 5/8, you got a 1/4 inch difference. It starts to look like something. But the question is, can that little bit of a difference in tube diameter really affect power that much? And we're gonna find out right now, first off, with this 1 3/4 inch hooker super comp header. Steve, when was the last time you even ran 1 5/8 on anything?
I didn't know they made them anymore.
I know.
There aren't any 302s or 327s.
Right.
Everything's 383s and 400s now, so.
All right, one down. What is taking you so long?
Well, you guys ganged up on me. It was 2 on 1 over there. Plus you had a ratchet.
You want it?
No, because I'm almost done. You know, you really want to take the back bolt off last too.
Yeah.
It balances the header perfectly on the head. And away she goes.
When you see the different tube diameters, I was looking to make sure that the header is the same basic configuration as far as where the tubes go and everything. There'll often be different headers with different tube sizes just because there's different obstacles that you're gonna hit. They're all roughly the same length though, but I don't think these are equal length headers. Beck, what's your opinion on equal length headers?
I don't think it makes much difference on a regular set of headers like this.
On a street engine under 6,500 RPM, I think not that big a deal to worry about perfectly equal length.
Do you need help over there, Freiberger?
Yeah, maybe.
Really?
I don't know. I might have to break out the hammer.
No.
Dulcich is gonna overcome. He's gonna break out his farmer technique and just school me,
If you can get it in there like that far,
which I did.
pretty much home free at that point.
How's that home free going for you right now?
It doesn't even turn in the hole.
I know.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
I gave it a good shot, but
you failed.
you were
Does it
right,
matter getting the
Freiberger.
bolt in, or does a small head help?
That'll work.
That's a 7/16 hex, that's a 5/16 hex. This can just be easier to install. Are you all good to go?
Yeah, I'm done.
That was easy. Took twice as long as it should have, but was easy. So now we're gonna find out the difference an 1/8 of an inch can make.
In some worlds, 1/8 of an inch is a lot, I suppose.
That's a happy thing. So what we're looking at here is the difference between the small header in red and the bigger one in black. I really thought it was gonna make more power everywhere, and really it only makes more power above 5,000 RPM. Pretty much the same down here, but there is an anomaly right at 4,000 where the smaller header is making about 10 more numbers.
Well, and that's why you test this stuff. We would all suspect, or what you're gonna read on the internet, is that it's gonna make more power at 3,000 with the smaller header, which in fact is not the case.
Right.
It was just this little anomaly right in here at 4,000, but the bigger header made just as much power at 2,800 as the small one.
So the next thing is to go put the 1 7/8 on, and from what I'm seeing here, I'm not gonna make any bets. I think there's a chance they really don't make a difference.
I think that's gonna be the most interesting header. Just
really
because,
will.
I mean, what makes it interesting is none of us have any clue what it's gonna do.
Right.
And normally, if some is good, more is better. So I think the 1 7/8 is going to be the best.
philosophy?
Yeah.
You know how we're always looking at the air-fuel ratio when we're in there tuning? That's because we have an oxygen sensor in the pipe. And that tells us what the ratio of oxygen to not oxygen is in the exhaust pipe, which tells us the air-fuel ratio, or lambda, as it's called. Here's what's going on. The first two headers we tested had a 3-inch diameter collector. The 1 7/8 inch race header has a 3.5 inch diameter collector. That's the only thing we're gonna change. We're just gonna use a different exhaust pipe of the exact same length and exact same diameter of what we've been running. So it'll still be a scientific A/B, just comparing the size of the header tube itself.
You know what? I really don't want to say it, but
What?
the 1 7/8 actually fits better.
This is easier to bolt on. I had just said that invariably the bigger tubes were harder, but these are easier. So my prediction is that the 1 7/8 is not gonna change the bottom end in a significant way. A couple numbers here and there, it might be down. And at the top, it's gonna make a little bit more horsepower, but not enough to be worth it.
Yeah, it's going to be up a little at the bottom and up about 8 at the top. Again, I reiterate.
Are you crazy? Do you just come up and you just say things?
No,
because-
I'm already kind of clairvoyant when it comes to header size. I'm telling you, that's what we're
Well,
going
you're
to get.
obviously dealing with some sort of spirits, but
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do
I've
with
channeled the horsepower. I know what we're going to do. Maybe I should just pull out that $100 bill.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
This looks like easy pickings.
Okay, I'm in. Are you in?
What?
I got cash on this.
I got cash.
What Dulcich's saying is completely wrong.
I'm with you.
Okay.
No way. I'll put $10.
Are you going 20?
Yeah.
You know I'm good for it.
What? No.
You know I'm good for it.
Yes, change. We agree. Little bit of change below the torque peak, not significant. Little bit more horsepower, and you're saying it's going to
gonna
make
pick up
more
8?
low-end power,
By a little bit.
dip in the middle, and then make more horsepower.
Yeah. By 8.
Wow.
Might as well just collect that IOU now. That is a funky shaped curve.
Wow.
It does not like it. This has just been getting more and more aggravated.
Pronounced with the larger the
Yeah.
tube.
This is going to be versus the 1 3/4.
The red is the 1 3/4, and the black is what we just did. It was worse everywhere, practically, except
Yeah.
for the very, very top.
Pretty much what we just learned is it doesn't really like that header. It's kind of the same, but worse than the 1 3/4. So the 1 3/4 is the pick for that engine.
Yeah.
Completely.
This thing's just too big. It's too lazy. I mean,
Yeah.
if the thing were a solid roller that went to 7,500 or something and had another couple points of compression, that'd be the header. But
And all about moving more air and
Yeah.
all that. Here's the major thing that I think the audience should take away is 1 3/4 was the correct size header for that, which is what we had in the header bash test. 2, I think it's really interesting, we never touched jetting, and the fuel curve was the same with every header.
more airflow, more fuel flow to go along with it.
Yep.
Yeah, clearly, you reached a point of diminishing returns on header size. And 1 3/4 was good, 1 7/8 incrementally added nothing.
You know what, there's not a clear winner to our bet because it's just way more bleh than I really thought.
No, there's a clear winner. He loses.
Okay,
We
fork
win.
it over.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
he has changed.
I thought you were in my corner, buddy.
You said,
No.
I'm your pal, but you said it was going to be up at the bottom.
I
You
thought
did.
I thought it was, but
It's
I
a
said,
pooch
No.
at the
Are
bottom
you sure
with
it
this
wasn't
header.
the way you rolled into it?
No, pooch.
You rolled
You
it.
said it was going to make some more
Pooch.
torque. Pooch.
Garbage. Pooch.
And so it makes 3 more at the top, and you think that qualifies as a winner when you
Well,
claim
I mean,
8?
if you had a 650 horsepower motor, then the whole outcome would have been different here.
He didn't know what horsepower motor we were running today.
Right. Okay, well, you learn something every single time.
Every single time.
And what we learned here is that Dulcich is a know-nothing fink.
A Welcher.
His name's Wimpy.
Okay, who can break 100?
Header test.
Yeah.
How'd that whole bigger is better thing work out for you?
I learned one thing at this dyno test that I wasn't
What?
expecting.
Huh.
I've got 0 psychic ability whatsoever.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. I knew that going in the door.
Yeah, I should have known.
But no, I actually think that we saw something that was like textbook predictable, which is the smaller header tubes made, you know, itty bitty more torque down below and lost it up top, and the 1 3/4 were the opposite. Not quite as good down low, but a little bit better at the top. And the 1 7/8 surprised me. I really didn't know what to expect there, but I would say for this combination, junk.
Yeah, I think maybe if we had another 500-600 horsepower or more cubes, then the bigger header would have been the right choice. But for this engine, which is actually pretty stout,
Yeah.
the 1 7/8 is just a little too much.
But what's really important here is that we are vindicated. The 1 3/4 header proved to be the right tube diameter for this engine, which means that we were not bogus when we did the header bash episode.
Yeah, because if the 1 3/4 was the wrong header, we would have made the same power or less than we did with 1 5/8, which we did not do.
And we would have looked like chumps.
Oh yeah, that would have been ugly.
Yeah.
I would have looked even worse than my prediction on the big tube headers.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can count on us looking like chumps most of the time. And as a matter of fact, if you want to get in early on that, you can subscribe to MotorTrendOnDemand.com because every episode of Engine Masters you can get 30 days early over there. Did you know that?
Wow, how do I sign up?
Exactly.
That's the only way I get to see these, you know?
I know. So check that out. In fact, there's a new episode live right now on MotorTrend On Demand. And of course, you can come back here and see us every single month on Engine Masters presented by AMSOIL.
And give us a clap, David. Okay. Wait, hold on. You got all over your cheek now.
Oh, I do? Should have left it. Here's the first thing I gotta know.
What?
Where did you get those shorts, man? I gotta get in on some of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I like those too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's almost like we called each other before we got dressed this morning.
Well, I've got the zip up and you've got the pullover.
Yeah, so it's completely different.
Yeah.
6,500?
60, yes, 6,500.
Just take it straight to valve float. It's what Dulcich would do in the car every
I always
time.
do that, yeah.
Ask me how I know.
Is that his rev limiter?
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to rev it until the exhaust valve bends on the piston.
No, they were burnt. They weren't bent.
Until the front bumper hits the pavement from it nosing over so hard.